There's one question high net worth clients ask me more than any other. And once you understand what they really mean when they ask it, you'll instantly elevate your credibility with wealthy clients. It's not, what's the premium? It's not, what's the rate? And it's definitely not, which carrier is best. Here's the number one question wealthy clients always ask: how does this protect me? That's it. But the real meaning behind that question is much deeper than most advisors realize. Let me break it down. When a wealthy client asks, how does this protect me? They're not asking about the policy features. They're asking about the risk structure. They want to know, how does this protect me from taxes increasing? How does it protect me from market volatility? How does it protect my liquidity? How does it protect my family or my business? How does it protect me from making a bad decision? They don't care about the mechanics. They care about the consequences. Let me ask you something. In your last meeting with a wealthy prospect, did you speak to their risks or did you speak to your product? Because those two conversations produce very different outcomes. Here's what most advisors get wrong. They answer the question literally instead of strategically. They say things like, well, this policy has XYZ feature, or it protects you by giving you cash value. That's surface level, and wealthy clients tune out surface level explanations. Here's how I answer the question. This structure protects you by reducing your long-term tax exposure, increasing your liquidity flexibility, and transferring risk away from your personal balance sheet. Now that gets their attention because I'm speaking to their world, not mine. When wealthy clients ask, how does this protect me? They're also evaluating you. They want to know, do you understand their priorities? Do you understand their blind spots? Do you understand the real risks they're guarding against? Wealthy people think in terms of risk before reward. They ask, what happens if this goes wrong? What happens if circumstances change? What happens if interest rates move? What happens if the tax code shifts? They don't care about hypotheticals. They care about real-world durability. So let me ask you, when a client asks you about protection, are you explaining scenarios? Or are you explaining structure? Because one builds confidence, the other builds confusion. Here's the real insight. When a wealthy client asks, how does this protect me? What they're really saying is, can I trust you to think at my level? That's the entire game. That's the key that unlocks big cases. That's the difference between being seen as a salesperson and being seen as a strategic partner. Because wealthy clients don't buy products. They buy risk solutions. And the advisor who articulates risk the clearest wins the business. So let me ask you this. If a wealthy client asked you today, how does this protect me? How confident are you that your answer would make them lean in instead of lean back? If you want to learn how to answer that question like a strategist, how to frame risk the way wealthy clients think, and how to structure conversations that elevate you above every other advisor, that's exactly what we teach inside the JMAC Method Academy. But before you go, drop a comment and tell me, what do you think wealthy clients need the most protection from right now? I'll address the top answers in a future video.